we have to hear from everyone's favorite based mom of the regiment, Raquel. Y'all know her, y'all love her. She has written 3 stories before, and this one specifically, I think, ties into why dating is dead above and beyond. And it's called The Sanctity of Sex, and she subtitles it, One for the Haters. So to all my hate subs out there who love to flick your bean while hitting the downvote button on this channel, sit back, relax, and I hope you put a roll cage in it.
Oh, my God.
I'm so over it. Yes, I'm ranting in my Valley Girl voice, she says. Can we please bring back the sanctity of sex? I just finished watching Bridgerton while folding laundry, and it was the worst. Spoiler alert, the first season, second and third season all have sex scenes that I find rather gratuitous. That's how they get guys to watch shit that's made for chicks, for the record. There's a theme, rising of women being oppressed and how they need a voice. There are also themes of racial tension, except not really, because there are people of every race in the show, because that's totally how it worked in aristocratic Britain back in the day.
Correct.
And all the main white characters are ending up with black, Indian, or Asian spouses. Again, totally happened back in the 18th century. Shonda Rhimes can smurf my balls. My biggest beef is with this last season. Nicola Coughlan plays the part of Penelope, who's in love with Colin Bridgerton, played by Luke Newton, but also has a secret life as Lady Whistledown. She should be renamed Lady Whistlesack.
Okay.
That's my joke. I added in there. Which is the biggest gossip column that everyone reads. She basically writes just to ruin others. In this last season, Colin finally realizes he loves Penelope and they end up married, all the while he finds out her secret identity and still chooses to marry her. What the fuck? It is seriously some of the worst and most blatant social programming I've ever come across. Oh, and of course there's a sex scene. Ew. Have you seen Nicola? I will give, she is beautiful, but she's also a pretty heavy-set girl. I think the best acting had to come from Luke Newton in those scenes. Perhaps I'm out of touch, and perhaps you are a chubby chaser and you really love heavy women. Kudos to you. Oh, how I miss fat shaming. I know I'm not perfect, and just like everyone else could stand to lose a few, but damn people, can we just admit fat isn't healthy? This is why she's the mom of the regiment. Right
I like it.
Health is what makes you beautiful. And also having a personality, that helps. One that's not completely built on how many cocks you stacked in the back room. Now, look, I am not a woman without a heart. If anything, I am a woman with a heart that cares deeply for all women and for them to realize their true worth, not the worth that feminism wants to tell you have. In other words, ladies, keep your clothes on. Can we be real for a hot minute? Cornography sucks. Don't even get me started on how unrealistic corn is. That's why it looks the same coming out as it does going in, right? These women are professional sex workers, and they looked and act so fake. But now with Lonely Fools, anyone can be a corn star, and for such a low price, we are finished as a society. Sleep around with whoever. It doesn't matter. The double standard shouldn't apply. Men can sleep around and settle down. How come we can't? Because we're different. And for men, it actually requires work to get women to agree to sleep with you.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Most of them will cock tease, get a free meal and a movie out of you, and then disappear out of your life. It's called a foodie call.
Or they disappear to get hammered by Tyrone.
Yeah. If your dinner date is at 5 p.m. and she needs to be in bed by 8 because she works early the next day,
we know the deal.
Just hang out outside of her house and wait for her to leave in a completely different dress that barely covers her ass with a whole set of makeup on that she couldn't be bothered to wear for you.
Because she's dressed for pole holding.
Oh, yeah. She's going to go get her back blown out.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, mainstream media is giving you the worst advice ever. You've got to stop thinking that your worth is tied up in social media. Stop looking for outside validation for your stupid decisions when it comes to sex. There are some ugly secrets, but not really secrets, that everyone should come to realize the truth about sex. When women are virtuous and have saved their body for just their husband, that is a gift. It is a gift that only you have the power to give your husband. Notice I didn't say boyfriend, husband. Husband is the word.
Yep.
A good man is the ultimate prize for a good, virtuous woman. A man who will vow to care for her, provide, protect, and preside for her is the prize. It is a big deal, and don't think that it isn't, because it is. Men carry so much heavy decision-making when choosing to take a wife and make a family. Women should actively seek to lift up and help their man. A man's success can be achieved or hindered by the women they let into their lives. Amen to that. What kind of woman are you to your man? Good men don't want whores. They don't want unhealthy women, women who drink, gossip, smoke, or do drugs. They definitely don't want you if you have had sex out of wedlock. That is their prize. Does anyone see where I'm going with this? Here is a big, ugly secret that no one really wants to tell you. Men are the prize, not women. Now, to be fair, women really don't want a man who has had multiple partners either. Good women really don't want a man whore, and that's fair. They don't want a man who drinks, does drugs, and can't hold a job, or who is overly dramatic, which would make them feminine.
Or feminists.
Yes. Good women want reciprocation and to be a helpmate. Sadly, I would say that mainstream and social media show the worst of what women have become. What do young women and even young men have to look up to? So many stories and even family television shows have divorced parents, parents accepting or even promoting sex to their teens, and experimentation with drugs and alcohol. What are we trying to raise? Where are the moral codes? Where are the messages that talk about the real truth about sex? Perhaps no one knows the right or true message, so let me fill you in. Sex is creative power. God gave us all a sex drive for a reason. Sex is beautiful, it is amazing, it is pleasurable, and it is essential for God's plan. He made it that way on purpose. With this creative power that has been gifted to us, we can create life. That is why it is so important to choose a spouse carefully. You don't want someone who irresponsibly wields their creative power. Boom! You want to choose someone with whom you know you will create, who you will create with you and only with you. Let me repeat it. Choose someone who will create with you. That is not just for making babies, it's all levels. Someone who will create a home, a spiritual connection with you, emotionally create stability with you. Create. That is the purpose, sanctity, and power of sex. We've got to stop promoting it as just a rite of passage. That's not what it is. It's a gift. I've said my piece. Perhaps we can get back to this basic knowledge and reverence of sex in the future. I hope it is before the actual collapse. But in my heart, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Wow.
Yep.
Thank you for reading my letters. Hope you enjoy.
Wow, that's actually really good.
That's why she's the regiment mom.
I gotcha.
We love you, Raquel. Please keep sending in the advice.
Yeah.
It's great.
This is good shit. Right?
It's very comforting to know that there are women out there who haven't completely lost their fucking minds.
But here's the thing. Is, I have 2 daughters. They're grown now. But I had to go into the middle school and the high school multiple times. And there was propaganda all over the walls for women to, you can do anything, girl power this, girl power that. Nothing for the dudes.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah. And when they hear these bullshit takes like, the reason why women aren't getting into STEM fields is because they're discouraged from doing so. There was somebody who I used to think of as a close friend who had this discussion with me. And I said, well, that's weapons grade bullshit. She says, well, I don't think so because blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, let me ask you. When you went to MSU, did anyone ever discourage you from pursuing anything? She said, no. I said, okay. My first love, her name is Amy. Hi. Don't think she watches, but hi anyway. Great chick. She went to MSU in 2001 for chemistry and now has a master's in chemistry. She was never discouraged from pursuing it. And that was long before all of this stuff was given its visibility.
Yep.
Right? Which is another word for propaganda. Just so we're clear.
Okay. All right, let's...
it's weapons-grade horseshit. You can easily manipulate women with emotion and not having any facts on the table at all. That's why they buy into feminism, because it allows them to shuck responsibility and pursue a complete and utter lack of impulse-controlled behavior.
All right,
that's why we're at where we're at, and that's why dating is dead.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.